Good morning, America. This is the Cats Roundtable. John Catsimatidis here, Sunday morning. Well, everybody's been talking about the Federal Appeals Court has overruled Judge Sullivan. Well, one of our greatest attorneys in our country, a former prosecutor, is with us this morning, Sidney Powell. Good morning, Sidney. How are you this morning?
Good morning, John. I'm great. How are you?
I am great. You had a great week. The appeals court voted your way, overruled Judge Sullivan. What does it mean? I mean, some Americans have the feeling that what is he going to pull next?
I understand that concern. He has not entered the order that the Court of Appeals directed him to enter yet. He was ordered in no uncertain terms to dismiss the prosecution's case against Michael Flynn on its motion and our consent to that motion, which is all the law requires. And he hasn't done that yet. And he was also ordered to vacate the order appointing his, quote, friend of the court, end quote, who has intervened at his request to brief against both us and the government. And he hasn't done that yet. So, frankly, I'm a bit flabbergasted. I've practiced law more decades than I will admit in public, and I've handled over 500 federal appeals and seen a whole lot more, including getting at least probably 20 writs of mandamus myself. And I've never seen a federal judge not respond by doing what the appeals court ordered him to do within 24 hours. So this is yet another first that is contrary to the rule of law.
Well, it's past 24 hours now. How long is the longest they have, and what happens if he doesn't do it?
What happens if he doesn't do it is we seek another writ of mandamus, I guess, or the government does, because it's their motion and they supported our petition in full.
I've always learned that a federal judge sits on a bench near God. Is there anything that's ever happened to a federal judge like that before? I mean, is there an impeachment for a federal judge? What happens?
Well, federal judges can be impeached by Congress. I don't see that happening in this Congress because the House of Representatives would have to draw up the articles of impeachment, and we know who runs that. There is a judicial ethics commission of some sort. I've never followed that process, but I know it exists. So we're just in limbo right now, inexplicably, other than the judge simply hasn't done what he was ordered to do yet.
Politically wise, it looks like politics has entered the court system, which is very, very sad because the court system is supposed to be above it all. Are they trying to force President Trump into issuing a pardon or anything like that just to further mix up the November politics?
I guess that could be their strategy. Actually, one of the judges on the court, the one who dissented, suggested an oral argument that the case be delayed until after the election, a suggestion I found incredibly political and partisan and completely contrary to what a federal court is supposed to stand for or do. I mean, I was just astounded by that suggestion. So I don't know, John. I've never seen anything like this, and I just can't even imagine why the process hasn't been followed yet. Literally every case in the country to this day supports granting the motion to dismiss filed by the government. It is a 100-page, fully documented, fully briefed, substantial motion that leaves nothing to the imagination about why this case has been dismissed. And we've only gotten more evidence since then that the road to the Oval Office was paved with the deception and persecution of Mike Flynn. And it's just got to stop for the sake of the country and the rule of law.
Has there been any updates of what the U.S. Attorney Durham is doing on the investigation? Will it happen before the election, or is it on hold? Any gut feeling on that?
Attorney General Barr has said publicly, I understand, I have not even had a chance to watch his interviews yet, but people have told me that he's been speaking to it publicly and that indictments or reports are expected by the end of the summer at the latest. Apparently grand juries could not be convened during the COVID mess, so things are just getting started again. And of course, people are trying to stir up more fear about the coronavirus again now to try to shut things down again. I mean, the whole thing is a huge, huge debacle for the rule of law.
Is there anything else you want to tell the American people? I mean, on a Sunday morning in the middle of summer, I guess almost every lawyer and every judge is scratching their heads on this. And anything else you want to tell the American people Sunday morning?
Well, the very life of our republic and our Constitution are at stake right now. They're under attack from every single angle. Good people who believe in American values, the best country on earth, the most generous country on earth, the most exemplary country on earth in every way, that tries to make itself better every day, it's at risk and under attack from every side. We have got to stand up. The silent majority cannot be silent anymore. And we want to thank everyone for their support of General Flynn in this litigation. Their contributions to the MikeFlynnDefenseFund.org have been invaluable, no matter how small, in making a difference here. And we will keep fighting. I will keep fighting until this is set right.
Sidney Powell, you're a great lawyer and a great American, and you believe in the rule of law like almost all of us, 99% of us. And thank you for coming on, and we will stay tuned and hope that the law prevails.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much.
This is the Cats Roundtable.